6:45. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. Here is the news edited by Lal Mallavarachi and read by J. Yogaraj. First, the headlines. The Park and Ride City Bus Service System commences today. Tax relief for film industry. COVID-19 deaths in Sri Lanka cross 250 mark. Construction of International Gem and Jewellery Trade Centre in Ratnapura begins today. 5,157 persons from 1,590 families in Northern Province have been affected due to the adverse weather. In news overseas, Trump impeachment, Republicans clash as Senate trial looms. And those are the headlines. State Minister of Transport Dilum Amunagama says that the Park and Ride City Bus Service System will commence effective from today from the Makumbura Multi-Model Transport Centre. He said the launching ceremony of the system will be held under the patronage of President Gotabaya Rajapaksa. The Park and Ride system is a method introduced for the people who engage in their day-to-day activities without entering the city of Colombo driving their vehicles. The people who travel to Colombo in their own vehicles can use the allocated parking areas. Thereafter, they may use the air-conditioned luxury bus service to reach the city and return to their parking place after attending to their work. This system is designed to run a city bus every 15 minutes. The state ministers added that these buses have been applied with chemical coating, which is resistant to COVID-19 virus. The ministry had also decided to introduce e-ticketing system so that there would be no necessity to use currency notes in the buses. In an effort to promote the local film industry, Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa has decided to grant back the tax concession which was initially granted by him during his tenure as president and which was annulled by the previous Good Governance government following discussions with the film industry professionals. Film industry professionals had met with the Prime Minister on January 8 at Temple Trees, where they had conveyed their grievances and the impact of the tax on film production as well as equipment. In response to this, the Secretary to the Ministry of Finance and Ministry of Religious and Cultural Affairs, after discussions with the Premier, decided to revert to the tax concessions which were offered by the Prime Minister during the time he served as President. This includes imports of equipment used for film production and screening. When the Premier was the then President, value-added tax exemptions were granted on production, distribution, exhibition of any film and supply of laboratory facilities for the production of any film. Exemptions were also granted on importation of any film locally produced. VAT was reduced to 5% and import duty was exempted on importation of specified items used in the film industry. This news comes to you from Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. Director General of Health Services says 4 new COVID-19 related deaths have been confirmed in Sri Lanka yesterday. 3 males from Dummalasuriya, Galgamuwa and Colombo 13 have succumbed to the virus. A woman resident from Gintota has also died with fatalities from the virus. Following the new deaths, a total count of deaths registered in the country have hit 251. Meanwhile, Sri Lanka's COVID-19 numbers saw another surge yesterday as 670 more persons were tested positive for the virus. As per statistics, the total number of COVID-19 infections confirmed in the country to date now stands at 50,899. Recoveries from the virus, meanwhile, climbed to 43,747 yesterday as 480 more patients regained health. However, 6,905 active cases are still under medical care at selected hospitals and treatment centres located across the island. Foundation stone will be laid for the International Gem and Jewellery Trade Centre in Ratnapura today by Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa. 365 million rupee project will enable sellers and buyers to engage their trade under one roof. The first phase of the project will use the construction of the 5-storey building with a floor area of 1,500 square feet on a 22-perch extended plot of land in Demuawatta, Ratnapura. The centre will provide independent quality testing services, laboratory services, and banks and export services, as in Bangkok and Hong Kong, which are the leading sales centers for gem and jewelry sales in Asia. The Disaster Management Center says that 5,157 persons belonging to 1,590 families in 5 districts have been affected due to the adverse weather conditions affecting the northern province. The DMC says that the floods were caused by overflowing tanks in the Jaffna, Mannar, Kilnochchi, Mullaitivu and Vavuniya districts due to the continuous heavy rain, causing 108 houses in the northern province to be partially damaged. Kilnochchi District Secretary Rupavati Ketiswaran and other officials visited the flood-affected areas in the Kandavalai area to assist the victims. The District Disaster Management Center further stated that the district secretaries have started providing relief to the displaced and affected, and number of displaced persons will increase in the event of further rains. Director General of Irrigation Facilities in Nihal Sirivardhana says that 26 major irrigation reservoirs are now overflowing due to heavy rains experienced during the last few days. 8 sluice gates of the Rajangani Reservoir and 3 gates of Dedru Oya have been opened. The water released from the dams accumulate at the Kala Oya, adding that the result of water levels of the Kala Oya have risen. Malwatu is also overflowing, inundating many lower-lying areas in Anuradhapura town and suburbs. Secretary General of Parliament Dhammika Dasanayake says that PCR tests will be conducted today on the Parliament staff. Conducting of PCR tests commenced after several parliamentarians were infected with the virus. 463 staff members have been subjected to PCR tests yesterday. The Secretary General says that it included Speaker Mahinda Yapa Abeyewardena and 15 members. And that's local news.
A mother knows the pain of each member of the family. Siddha Lepa, the trusted relief for aches and pains.
An effective therapy for relief from cold, sneezing, flu, headaches, swelling due to toothaches, rheumatic, discomforts, and muscular aches and pains. Siddha Lepa, the Veda Mahatmya in every home.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddha Lepa Veda Mahatmya.
Southeast Asia's largest tyre manufacturing facility was declared open in Horana yesterday. President Gotabaya Rajapaksa declared open the Ferentino Tyre Corporation at the Wagawat Export Processing Zone in Horana. The facility is spread across 155 acres of land. The new plant will provide up to 3,000 direct employment opportunities and 3 times as many indirect employment opportunities. The plant would also produce passenger car tyre along with the industrial range of tyres for European and other international markets. And that's top news.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddha Lepa Veda Mahatmya. Brush your teeth twice a day for healthy teeth and gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, your trusted brands in oral care for many years.
Supiriviki Ayurvedic toothpaste for adults. Kakulu Ayurvedic toothpaste for kids. 9 Ayurvedic ingredients of Supiriviki will protect your teeth and strengthen your gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, products from Siddha Lepa.
In Watchlight, people in the Dodangoda area say that many bridges and culverts along the Dodangoda-Nebada road have no side railings. And this has caused immense threat to the motorists and pedestrians. The road is also too narrow to pass 2 vehicles at a time. And this is for the attention of the chairman of the Western Provincial Road Development Authority. And that came to you in Watchlight.
World News. Brought to you by courtesy of...
From the first step you take till the time we meet, the trusted leader prioritizes you always. All you need under one roof. People's Leasing, the trusted leader.
Trump impeachment, Republicans clash as Senate trial looms. India's Kumbh Mela festival begins amid COVID concerns. Archaeologists find world's oldest animal cave painting in Indonesia. And those are the headlines. US Republicans in Congress are deeply divided after 10 members split with their party to impeach President Donald Trump on Wednesday. Congresswoman Liz Cheney, the third-ranking House Republican, is facing calls to resign a party leadership role after a vote to impeach. The lawmakers that voted against Mr. Trump face threats of violence and have increased security, they say. Thousands of pilgrims have gathered on the banks of India's Ganga's river at the start of the Kumbh Mela, billed as the world's largest human gathering. One of the most auspicious events in Hinduism is taking place this year during the coronavirus pandemic. Hundreds bathed on day one of the festival, seeking to wash away sins. Officials say they are following pandemic guidelines, but most bathers are not wearing masks. Archaeologists have discovered the world's oldest known animal cave painting in Indonesia, a wild pig believed to be drawn 45,500 years ago. Painted using dark red pigment, the life-sized picture of the Sulawesi Wati pig appears to be a part of the narrative scene. The picture was found in the Leng Tedong cave in the remote valley on the island of Sulawesi. And that's World News.
World News. Brought to you by courtesy of...
From the first step you take till the time we meet, the trusted leader prioritizes you always. All you need under one roof. People's Leasing, the trusted leader.
In development news, the Minister of Tourism, Prasanna Ranatunga, says an integrated program is being developed to promote tourism in the wildlife zones. This program will be implemented in collaboration with the Department of Wildlife and Forest Conservation, the Ministry of Tourism, provincial councils and local government institutions say. Addressing a meeting in Monoragala, he said the Monoragala district itself has 4 national parks, Yala, Lunugambehara, Galoya and Udawalawe national parks. The minister said that 600 million rupees will be allocated this year for the development of tourism attractions. And that came to you in development news. And moving on to sports. Off-spinner Dom Bess claimed 5 wickets to help bowl out Sri Lanka for a mere 135 and give England the advantage on day 1 of the first test started in Galle yesterday. Bess, who returned figures of 5 for 30, combined with paceman Stuart Broad, who took 3 wickets as Sri Lanka were all out in 2 sessions as the 2-test series resumed in Galle after the original tour was aborted over the coronavirus in March. And that's sports news. And in business, Brown's Hybrid Care offers hybrid and electric vehicle owners a reliable, all-inclusive service. Having recognized the need for specialized care in the hybrid and electric vehicles market category, Brown's launched Brown's Hybrid Care in 2018 to provide a unique and customer-centric solution to its patrons, combining the best of expertise and state-of-art American technology. And that's business news.
Economic news, courtesy of...
Congratulations on your promotion. When will be our treat, huh?
How about today?
Oh, no, I was just joking.
It's fine. I have my LOLC credit card with me. Let's go out today.
Introducing LOLC Finance Credit Cards. Fuel the goodness in you.
Langma Sanstha Cement Corporation is due to begin production at its factory in the Mirijuvela EPZ in June 2021. The factory is nearing completion and it's slated to be the country's largest and will use advanced European technology. The facility is spread across 63 acres in the Mirijuvela EPZ Ambantote. The emerging cement factory is a BOI venture and the investment for phase 1 of the project has been $70 million.
Hello, Puta. Did you land already?
No, Amma. We're in transit and our flight got delayed.
Oh, really? How is Shani? Poor thing with her pregnancy. She might be feeling very uncomfortable. The airport must be heavily crowded because it's a season.
Amma, calm down. Everything is sorted. Why, I have my LOLC World Card with me. We are at the VIP lounge. There's nothing to worry.
Those who spread goodness radiate happiness to everyone around them. Introducing LOLC Finance Credit Cards. Fuel the goodness in you.
Finally, in the weather report, the Met Department says several spells of showers will occur in northern, north central, eastern and Uva province and in Matale and Nuwara districts. Showers or thundershowers will occur at several places elsewhere after 2 p.m. today. Fairly heavy falls, about 50 millimeters, can be expected at some places. And before we wind up this news broadcast of Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation, let's look at the main points once again. The Park and Ride City Bus service system commences today. Tax relief for the film industry. COVID-19 deaths in Sri Lanka cross 250 mark. Construction of the International Gem and Jewellery Trade Centre in Ratnapura begins today. 5,157 persons from 1,590 families in Northern Province have been affected due to the adverse weather. And that concludes this news broadcast.